Hey everyone, Ash here, and tonight I'm doing a my thoughts on Bleach. What I think about Bleach in general, surprisingly enough, I don't hate it. This is one anime I really don't hate. I just don't like. I just don't care for. It's got a few issues. The first issue is the characters. They're not assholes. Believe it or not, the characters in Bleach aren't assholes. They're just not interesting. In fact, they're kind of boring and dull. That's the problem. The characters here really aren't that interesting. They're just really dull and boring. And, well, they could have been something unique and special. They're not. I'll get more into this later, what I feel this series is. But just right now, I don't care for the characters. Uh, the animation, while it looks pretty, to be honest, it looks pretty. There's nothing special about it. Nothing I see that's like, wow, that's awesome. That's great animation right there. There's nothing special. It's just a nice, pretty look to it, but that's about it. Um, as for the story, it's a mess. The anime for Bleach, its story is a complete and total mess at times. The problem is, while they're about to go into one arc, you think they're going into this brand new arc, it looks awesome, they go into a completely different arc. And some people are asking me, well, what do you mean? Well, I actually was watching Bleach in 2008. Yes, and no, I've watched Bleach, but when I started watching Bleach, it was around 2008. That's when I started watching it. It was in 2008, and they were doing the Aizen has started betraying the Soul Society, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, this could be something awesome. If they do play their cards right, this could be something really cool. So I'm thinking this could be cool. I'm hoping they do something cool with this. And after Ichigo and his friends get back from the Soul Society to the real world, they go into a completely different arc, which was really boring. I did not like that arc, and I think it was a filler arc. If it was, I'm sure people know what I'm talking about by this arc, but I was really bored by it. It was just a really boring, dull arc that I didn't care for. Just like, And then when they did get back to Aizen, I didn't care for it. I thought it was just like, this isn't that interesting. It's not as good as I thought it would be. Bleach's story is just a really big mess. And I think the problem is that it's too damn long. This anime is way too long. And I know people say, oh, they haven't finished the manga and stuff. Well, they should have ended the manga with 25 volumes. I don't remember they are right now. I think like 60 volumes into Bleach. I think the manga should have only been about maybe 25 to 30 volumes long. This would have been a much better series if it had been much shorter. If it had been between 200 to 150 episodes, I think it could have been a really good anime. But the problem is it's too long. And this isn't all. I don't blame the person who made Bleach. I don't blame him 100%. I blame the people who want to milk these fucking anime franchises for all they're worth. Something people probably should know about me is that, except for Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and One Piece, I don't like anime series going past a certain number of episodes, namely past 100 to 200. I hate when they do that. Once they go past 200, the series starts to have major issues. And One Piece, for One Piece, I'm only on 205, so I can't say how that's going to turn out for the rest of the series, but One Piece has been good. It's kept the fluent, great story going in, and to be honest, it hasn't slowed down or dropped in. It hasn't really shown any real flaws in the story. One Piece story has actually been solid. Dragon Ball Z story, even after they got past Cell, it started to show some problems once it got past that 200 mark. Dragon Ball Z did as well. So, yeah, I mean, once a series gets past 200 episodes, it can have problems, and that's one of the reasons why I don't like animes going past that mark, or the manga going past 30 volumes. I always don't like that. I always feel it could be problems. And my final two complaints with this series, the other thing with Bleach is everyone says that that it just rips off Yu Yu Hakusho. I don't really I don't believe it does 100% rip off Yu Yu Hakusho. I feel it's more or less it's trying to be like Yu Yu Hakusho, but to me it feels more like it's a poor man's Yu Yu Hakusho. That's what Bleach feels. It feels like it's a poor man's Yu Yu Hakusho. That everything Yu Yu Hakusho did was done better than Bleach. Bleach is trying so hard to be like, it's trying to be so hard to be different, but be like Yu Yu Hakusho, that's failing in that regard. And as for dubbing, this is my major issue of Viz about them and dubbing. This one's going to run a little past 5 minutes. I just want to bring up the dub here. I haven't seen the Japanese version. I assume it's a good version. I'm assuming the Japanese dub is pretty good for Bleach. The English dub, the problem is when it comes to Viz and dubbing, they have a tendency either a miscast characters or the voice actors will overact or underact when it comes to Viz dubs. The only times Viz dubs have ever been good, in my opinion, has been with Inuyasha and Death Note. Everything else I've heard from Viz has always been they overact, underact, or miscast, and that's with Bleach. There's Johnny and Bosch should not be playing Ichigo. Just listening to his voice, that's not the voice should be Ichigo. I honestly think if you wanted to get a voice in there who could do that, I would say someone like Justin Cook would make a really good Ichigo, but that's just me. So all around, I don't hate Bleach. I just feel like it's a poor man's Yu Yu Hakusho. And the story here is just a mess, and nothing here really works all that well. All around, I'm going to give Bleach a D plus. I'll be nice and give it a D plus. And if you're a fan of it, you know what? That's great. You like it. I don't really care. You can like it. I mean, if you think it's great, that's great for you. Fine. I don't have a problem with that. But just understand that I don't care for the series. I think it has problems. And like I said, I'm going to give it a D plus. And that's my thoughts on Bleach. Let me know what you guys think of Bleach. In the meantime, this is Ash saying so long. I am out. Good night.